Hi everyone, welcome back to the LL Sports and News channel. Thanks for joining me, really appreciate it. Today we're going to switch vocations and we're going to talk some football. We've talked about boxing, now it's time to talk about football. Namely the big game that took place, Man City versus Arsenal, took place at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester, where we saw a very eventful 2-2 draw. When I say eventful, I'm not for 1 minute saying it was eventful in terms of entertainment or even quality of football. But I think most people who saw the game will agree that it was eventful in terms of the intrigue and the drama and the controversy surrounding one of Arsenal's players, Leandro Trossard, getting sent off. But we'll get to that later. And that certainly affected the game, as it would do. But let's start at the top then. Arsenal went into this game, obviously a very difficult game away to Man City. It could have a significant... a significant effect on the title. Maybe, maybe not. But, certainly people were talking about it in that regard. We got up there and I've got to say, we didn't get off to the best of starts, Arsenal, because after, I think it was 9 minutes, we're already a goal behind, courtesy of that man, Haaland. What a player he is, by the way. I think that's his something like 100th goal in 105 games. Absolutely phenomenal. Good finish as well. So I've got to give him credit for that. That put City 1 up, and I must admit, when that goal went in, I was thinking, boy, it might not be our day today. And during the goal, I've got to say, Calafiori, who was making his full Arsenal debut, he kind of got turned by Savinho, and that led to the goal. So on 22 minutes, when Calafiori scores the equaliser, I was especially pleased for him. And what a strike, tremendous strike. And I've got to say as well, his celebration was one to behold. Make sure you check that out. So we've equalised in the 22nd minute. Like I said, a great strike. And we started to look good. I mean, City had more of the ball, but Arsenal were definitely in the game. So that was that. And, you're thinking, yeah, man, it could be the catalyst to turn things around. And then, after that, we took the lead. Can you believe that? 2-1. Gabriel, that man, pops up again. Another header. Very similar to the goal he scored against Tottenham. He is definitely a man for the big games. He pops up, gets a header. Arsenal now 2-1 up. I'm thinking, yeah, man, this is nice. It's looking good. However, just before half-time ended, I think it was added on time at the end of the first half, the controversial moment of the game. Leandro Trossard, he goes for the ball, he fouls the player, and then, foolishly, in my view, he kicks the ball away, as deemed by the referee, so it's delaying the restart, and he's given a second yellow because he was booked earlier in the half as well. So he gets sent off. It was a bit controversial, especially when you consider that Doku, the Man City player, had a similar incident where he was, it could be deemed that he kicked the ball away, but the referee did nothing about it. The fact that he gave Trossard that second yellow and sent him off had a lot of Arsenal fans outraged, saying, there was a lack of consistency, which I do, I do think that was the case. However, I've got to be real and say that I think Trossard should really have avoided getting sent off, man. It's important to keep 11 players on the pitch, especially when you go to places like City, especially in games like this. And that notwithstanding, we had the incident with Declan Rice a few weeks back against Brighton where he got sent off for a similar thing, delaying the restart. So I think that was a little negligent there by Trossard. Okay, you can say he got caught up in the emotions of the game, and some people might say that he didn't hear the whistle after the foul was given. But even so, slightly disappointed with Leandro Trossard. And I think if he's being honest with himself, he will feel the same way. We could talk about inconsistencies, we could talk about the referee being harsh, but at the end of the day, it was his action that led to him being sent off. So that obviously changes the game completely. We are 2-1 up, but now, going into the second half, we're having to fend off the mighty Man City, who I would say are comfortably the best attacking side in the country, one of the best in Europe, with people like Haaland and Bernardo Silva and Doku and Grealish and all those guys. The list goes on. They're a very, very good attacking side. To try and keep City out for 45 minutes with only 10 men away from home, that is no mean feat. But I've got to say, man, the guys defended admirably. They really did. And everyone did their bit. Lots of running, lots of tackling. They kept their shape. They kept their discipline. They kept their resilience. They really did do very, very well. I'm really proud of the guys. However, just before the game was due to end, I think it was like something like the 97th minute or something like that, they do get the goal that, to be fair, that they'd been on our case for pretty much the whole half. I think they had something like 30 odd shots on goal compared to our 3 in the end. But listen, man, it was a goal scored by John Stones right at the end there. Can't really begrudge City that goal because, we've got to be honest and say that they probably did deserve to score a goal, even though we defended so well. But I'm still proud of the lads. It ended 2-2. A very, very creditable draw. I think the manager can be proud of the team. They did really well. Like I said, could even have been 3 points. But you know what? I'm happy with one, especially when you consider the week that Arsenal have had. I mean, in that week that we're talking, we had to go away to Tottenham, got a very good win there, courtesy of Gabriel, that header I spoke about, beat them 1-0. In the midweek, went to Atalanta, who are a pretty good side themselves in Serie A in Italy. Got a very creditable draw out there. Okay, the performance wasn't fantastic, but it's the result, not always performance. And then to go to City today, which is on paper the toughest of the 3 games, to go to City and nearly win it, we've got a draw. I think that's a very creditable performance, very good week for Arsenal. It means that we drop back to 4th in the table. City are on top, I think, followed by Liverpool and Aston Villa, and we're 4th. But listen, I'm pleased with that performance today. I'm pleased with the week overall. And without any disrespect to the matches that we got coming up against Leicester and Bolton, we've got Bolton in the Carabao Cup in the week, and then that's followed by, we're at home to Bolton, that's followed by another home fixture against Leicester Saturday afternoon. I think it's fair to say that those games are a little less challenging than the week we've already had. So I look forward with optimism to that. I still think we're in the title race, obviously. And I think it's been a good week for us. And I think that if we can get a couple of wins next week, man, I think it's all good in the house. No real injuries to speak of as well. Obviously, Martin Odegaard is still out and Mourinho is still out, so that remains a problem. But listen, the guys have come in and they've done their due diligence, they've done their bit. And I'm pleased with what's transpired over this last week. But let me know what you think, man. I mean, do you think Trossard getting sent off was a game changer? Do you think it was harsh? Do you, a lot of Arsenal fans I've spoken to, both in person and online, have a problem with it because they're saying that consistency is not being applied. They reference Doku seemingly kicking the ball away and not getting punished at all. And then you contrast that with Trossard, who gets sent off a second yellow for delaying the restart. So what do you guys think? I mean, I've given you my opinion. I do think it was a little bit, how could I put it? I don't want to slag the player off or anything like that. I want to be unduly harsh, but I do think that a player of his experience, he's been around the block, man. He knows what it is, you know what I mean? Don't give the referee the chance to send you off like that is what I would say to him. But he will learn from this, hopefully. I mean, it happened to Declan Rice. We said that the players will learn from it. Unfortunately, Leandro Trossard today did not learn from the Declan Rice incident. But he will probably say to you that he didn't hear the referee's whistle. So, listen, it's one of them, man. But it's happened. That was the bad side. The good side is that the players stood up and were counted. And in the end, we came away with a very creditable draw. So listen, that's all I've got to say about today's game. As I said, we've got 2 games coming up. I'll be doing videos after those 2 matches. And I just want to say thanks for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please like, share and subscribe if you haven't done already, as this helps the channel. I also want to say shout out to all the people that supported the videos so far. The boxing ones I did, they're still up there. Please go and have a look. The AJ fight that I covered yesterday, I did a video on that. That's been quite well received. Let me have your comments on that. And listen, man, let's keep it moving. Let's keep pushing. And I'll see you very soon. I'm out.